to this Black and Gold Pirates Baseball Roundtable video, now in video form, not just podcast form. I'm Travis Sawchik. This is Andrew Erickson with the wonderful radio voice and TV appearance. He's got it all. We're going to talk for a few minutes about Gerrit Cole being shut down. It hasn't been a great season for Mr. Cole, coming off the fourth place NL Cy Young finish last year.
In the best NL Cy Young race we've ever seen. So that's a good fourth place if you're looking at fourth places.
In another year, he had a shot to win it. He was fantastic last season. That's what you look for with the number one overall draft pick. And this year, there was a rib injury leading into the spring, so he didn't have a normal off season or intro into spring training. Then he had the triceps issue and then the elbow issue. So the Pirates, after his one start back in Philadelphia, they've shut him down for the season. Is that the right decision to shut him down and not have him work through this?
I think so. You look at his last start, it just really seemed like nothing was really in sync. 2 innings, 4 hits, 5 earned runs. He, in the last 7 games for the Pirates, has the 16th lowest ERA, so the highest ERA among Pirates pitchers in the last week. So we were talking on our last podcast about if Gerrit Cole's able to come back healthy, and just in that one start, in that little 2-inning snippet, you saw that really he wasn't the same pitcher he was pre-injury. So at that point, and with the Pirates as far out of the wild card race as they are, even at this point, it was probably the right decision. You want to have this guy for next year. You want to have him be a main contributor in your pitching rotation.
Right. I was surprised he even came back for that start. This is the third shutdown and comeback attempt, and he said he wasn't right on the mound, so he probably didn't feel right in bullpens leading up to that. Do you really want to restart a guy 3 times in a year? I thought there's little reward to that. They're in the very fringe of the wild card picture. I'm surprised they didn't play it more cautiously, since they've been so cautious with so many young arms with Cole. And so talking to Todd Tomczyk, the head trainer, they said, there's some risk in bringing him back, but we want to try to be a little cutting edge, think out of the box, and find a better way to bring people back, I suppose. But I was still surprised they even brought him back for that start. So I do think shutting him down is the right decision. And look, they need him to lead the rotation next year. So I still believe that guy who was there in 2015, there's no reason he can't be there in 2017. But from fastball command to the slider wasn't as sharp. He just was not himself this season.
And we've talked about this with a lot of different players going through injury, that given a full offseason and a chance to shut down and start back up and extend out completely in spring training, you are potentially looking at a very different Gerrit Cole. Granted, we still have to see that guy, but given a chance to have a normal offseason, and he really didn't. He had the rib injury, I think it was in late January or February, that kind of derailed the timing of his entire season. So he had to rush to get out on the mound for his first start. He had to rush in this most recent start, and now he can kind of just take his time and develop how he wants to develop and in a way he thinks is most effective.
Yeah, and talking to him last year and even this year about his 2015, staying on the mound for those 200 innings in normal spring training, that allowed him to repeat his delivery as well as he's ever had, and that allowed the fastball command to really play up. He walked, I think, 1.9 last year, and his slider, he could consistently back foot that to left-handed hitters. He was actually more effective against left-handed hitters last year. So maybe that storyline was underplayed this spring, his delay, because that repetition, I don't know if muscle memory is the right word, but that was so important to his 2015 campaign. And I think we all kind of assumed, just a little speed bump, he'll be fine. And he was okay in the first half, but then that second injury really got him out of whack. And he was just never himself, and they need him to be good. I look at the Cleveland Indians, who they are the Rust Belt team, the small market team that's probably going to win a division and be in the playoffs this year. And they're built around young pitching. And there's just such a risk associated with it because they've lost Salazar and Carrasco this week, injury. So you need these. It's such a catch-22. You have to have these guys healthy. There's such a risk. So they're just going to have to hope for better health for Cole. They need Tyone to be on the mound next year. So So, knock on wood for the Pirates and the rotation.
Yeah, well, you mentioned Jamison Tyone having that full offseason last season. He really did come out and was effective, was confident in all of his pitches, and was able to be efficient. I think if you're looking at a model for how Gerrit Cole comes back, obviously it's a much different injury, but you want a guy who is confident in his stuff and is able to throw low in the zone with some consistency and repeatability. So that's what you would hope for in a return Gerrit Cole.
So for this Pirates Roundtable video, I'm Travis Sawchik. This is Andrew Erickson. Thank you for watching.